Once upon a time, in the dense, vibrant forest of Aldergrove, a curious squirrel named Oliver scurried through the towering oak trees, his fluffy tail twitching with excitement. He was a small creature with bright, inquisitive eyes and fur the color of autumn leaves. His days were spent leaping from branch to branch, collecting acorns, and indulging in the sweet, wild fruits that grew in abundance. Oliver was content with his solitary life, always on the move, always with a new adventure just around the corner. But one day, while scampering through the forest, he stumbled upon something that would change his life forever. It was a monkey. It was not just any monkey but a lively, mischievous creature with golden fur and an impish grin. The monkey was hanging upside down from a branch, swinging effortlessly in the breeze. His long, nimble fingers gripped the tree quickly, and his tail curled like a pendulum as he turned back and forth. Oliver paused, watching with awe as the monkey performed acrobatic feats above him. The squirrel had never seen such grace and agility. For a moment, he stood frozen, completely mesmerized by the monkey's antics. The monkey, noticing Oliver's gaze, swung to the ground with a flourish. He landed lightly on his feet, dusting off his fur with a playful gleam in his eyes. Well, what do we have here?" the monkey said, his voice smooth and full of mischief. "A little squirrel watching me work my magic? You're not afraid, are you?" Oliver blinked, slightly taken aback. He had never encountered such a bold creature. Most animals in the forest were more reserved and more cautious. But this monkey was different, brimming with confidence and charm. I wasn't watching you," Oliver stammered, his tiny paws fidgeting. "I was just passing by. I didn't mean to intrude." The monkey chuckled, clearly amused. "Intrude? Nonsense. You're more than welcome to watch. After all, you don't get to see a monkey like me in action every day." Oliver hesitated for a moment, then smiled shyly. "You're good at that. I've never seen anyone move like you before." The monkey puffed out his chest, clearly pleased with the compliment. "Of course I am. The name's Max, by the way. And you are?" "I'm Oliver," the squirrel replied. "Nice to meet you." From then on, an unlikely friendship blossomed between the squirrel and the monkey. Max was everything Oliver was not: bold, adventurous, and fearless. He would swing from trees, leap from high branches, and show off his acrobatic tricks. On the other hand, Oliver was a creature of habit and cautious. He spent his days gathering food and staying near the tree's safety. But despite their differences, the two quickly found a rhythm together. Oliver would help Max gather nuts and fruits from the lower branches while Max would entertain him with his acrobatics and stories from his travels across the forest. They balanced each other out perfectly. As the days passed, their bond grew more assertive. Max taught Oliver how to swing from branches, showing him how to leap from one tree to the next without fear. It was difficult at first. Oliver was used to the safety of the forest floor and the smaller trees closer to the ground, but with Max's encouragement, he began to build his confidence. "You've got this, Ollie," Max would cheer, his voice full of excitement. "Just trust yourself and leap." And eventually, Oliver did. He would climb to the highest branches with Max, his heart racing excitedly as he leaped across the gaps between the trees. It felt like flying. But it wasn't just the physical challenges that made their friendship special. Max shared with Oliver the stories of his adventures beyond Aldergrove. Max had traveled far and wide, from the towering mountains to the vast savannas, and he had seen things that Oliver could only dream of. He would regale Oliver with tales of exotic fruits, mysterious creatures, and distant lands. "You wouldn't believe the size of the bananas in the southern jungle," Max would say, his eyes sparkling excitedly. "They were so big, I could barely carry one back to my tree." Oliver would laugh, his tiny paws clasped together in awe. "I can't even imagine. I've only ever had acorns and berries." Max would always nod sagely. "There's so much more to the world, my friend. But you don't have to travel to see it. You can bring the adventure to you, right here in the forest." In return, Oliver shared his knowledge of the forest. He taught Max the secret paths through the woods, the best places to find hidden food, and where to hide when danger was near. Oliver knew every nook and cranny of Aldergrove, and he took pride in showing Max the intricacies of his home. They spent long days together, exploring the forest, laughing, and enjoying each other's company. Of course, they had their disagreements. Max would sometimes get frustrated with Oliver's cautious nature, while Oliver would worry about Max's reckless antics. But in the end, their differences only strengthened their friendship. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the forest, Max turned to Oliver with a thoughtful expression. "You know, Ollie," he said, his voice quieter than usual. "I've been thinking about something." Oliver tilted his head, curious. "What's that?" Max hesitated for a moment before speaking again. "I've been traveling alone for so long. I used to think I liked it that way, being on my own, doing whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. But I don't know, it's different now. Being with you, in this forest, it feels, I don't know, like I'm finally home." Oliver blinked, surprised by Max's sincerity. He had never heard his friend speak like this before. He looked up at the monkey, his heart swelling with warmth. "I feel the same way," Oliver replied. "I never thought I needed anyone, but being with you has been one of the best things ever happening to me." Max smiled, his golden fur glowing in the fading light. "Yeah, me too." From that moment on, their bond only deepened. They no longer just spent their days playing and exploring, they began to support each other in ways that neither had expected. Max helped Oliver push past his fears, while Oliver helped Max stay grounded and safe. Together, they were unstoppable. Years went by, and the seasons in Aldergrove changed. The forest bloomed with new life in the spring and fell into peaceful slumber during the winter. But no matter the time of year, Oliver and Max were always there for each other, sharing the wonders of the forest, the joys of friendship, and the comfort of knowing they would always have each other. Ultimately, the squirrel and the monkey proved that true friendship could bridge any gap, no matter how different the two creatures might be. And in Aldergrove, their story became a legend, of a squirrel and a monkey who defied the odds and found the most unexpected, beautiful bond in each other.